Hey YouTube, hey Bold and the Beautiful fans, OMG! Spoilers told us that Steffy and Hope would have one fierce showdown, and we saw some of that today. We'll see more tomorrow of their heated confrontation. And spoilers say Hope doesn't back down when Steffy launches a fiery attack. So let's get into what we saw today and discuss what might happen next. Well, today we saw Steffy show up unannounced right at the cabin, and she walked right in, okay? And this, of course, was after Ridge told Steffy everything that's happened so far about how Carter was fired, about the LLC takeover attempt, and how Ridge is blaming Hope for this. Steffy, too, is blaming Hope. And we saw their confrontation today, and we'll see more of that, too, tomorrow. But Hope told Steffy, "Don't you realize you were the catalyst for all of this when you fired me?" But Steffy told Hope that she doesn't get to have the high ground. But Hope didn't relent, saying, "I told you I wasn't going after your husband, Finn, and now you know the truth." And this is interesting because now Ridge and Steffy both know that Hope wasn't trying to seduce Finn that day. It's going to be interesting, too, to see how Finn reacts to this if and when he finds out about this. But back to Hope and Steffy, Steffy told Hope that she used Carter to try and save her fashion line, and that Carter thinks that he's in love with Hope, right? Thinks that he loves you. And Carter just threw away his career to defend you, Steffy told Hope. So this is interesting, too, because Steffy doesn't at all believe that this could be love, right? Real love between Hope and Carter, but that Carter is a victim of Hope and that Hope is manipulating and using Carter, okay? But we, the fans, have both seen Carter and Hope express their love for each other, and to me, it seems genuine. Of course, Steffy is biased against Hope, and Steffy seems to also think that Hope is being this manipulative seductress, okay, and that Carter is caught in her web, okay? Those are my words, and Ridge thinks this too, right? That Hope is putting her hooks in, right, in Liam and Thomas and now Carter, right? So both Ridge and Steffy seem to think that Hope is, using and toying with these men for her own agenda, okay? And Steffy brought up Thomas too, right? As if Hope had done something to Thomas, but all Hope did to Thomas was say no, right? Say no to his proposal. Hope had made it clear at the time that she wasn't ready to get married again. But Steffy thought at the time that Hope was leading Thomas on. And now it seems Steffy thinks Hope is using Carter for her own purposes, but Hope told Steffy Carter is trying to do what is right, bringing leadership to Forrester that considers merit and fairness and steering the company away from tyranny, right, said Hope. So Hope is definitely challenging Steffy's leadership, and Carter felt too that Steffy can let her personal grudges get in the way of business. After all, Steffy wanted to shut down the idea of Ivy's new jewelry line, right, because she doesn't trust Ivy, because of their past. And Eric and Ridge, of course, had to overturn that decision by Steffy. Steffy also didn't want Brooke to be front and center for the resurgent Brooke's bedroom line, but Brooke, being the face of her line, turned out to be a hit, right? It was very lucrative for the company when they broke the internet, right, months ago when they went back to Monte Carlo. And to be fair to Steffy, she did save Hope for the future and gave the struggling line another chance. But it came with an ultimatum, right, to stay away from Finn and to not be inappropriate with Finn, Steffy's husband. Okay, Hope had, of course, kissed Finn at Eric's party, okay? So when Hope had on that lingerie and Finn walked into the design office, Finn and Steffy both thought at the time that Hope was trying to seduce Finn, but Hope was expecting Carter, not Finn. Steffy and Ridge know that now, and we'll see soon too if Finn finds out about this and what his reaction is. I'll be curious to see what his reaction is. But back to the confrontation today, Steffy told Hope, "You turned him against us," talking about Carter. But Hope said, "I listened to him and I supported him and his ideas the same way he is supporting me. We did not want it to come to this. Carter tried reasoning with you and Ridge, and do you ever listen?" "No," said Hope. And this has been something that Hope has been bringing up, that Steffy and Ridge never listened to them. Hope and Carter. And Hope had told Brooke that something needs to change, that something had to be done. Hope told Steffy we finally decided to push back. But Steffy thinks that this takeover attempt has already failed, and Ridge is awaiting news from Justin, hoping Justin can invalidate those LLC papers. Steffy told Hope today that you showed your true colors. You are done. You will never be part of Forrester Creations again. So what happens next? Well, there's an idea that Hope will make a vengeful vow to Steffy. Hope knows that they have an ace up their sleeve, right, with those LLC papers that Steffy and Ridge signed. So the co-CEOs essentially signed over the company to Carter. Hope might vow to Steffy that she will be back at Forrester and make Steffy pay. So we'll see if Hope makes any kind of vow like that to Steffy. And spoilers say with Forrester Creations on the line, Carter ignites a storm from which there is no turning back. And we know Hope is going to tell Brooke, probably on Friday, that Carter has filed those LLC papers. So this could become official very soon. Looks like Justin might not be able to stop this. Another thing that could happen too is that Brooke could switch sides. Brooke supports Ridge, but Brooke told Hope, I'm not going to let Steffy and Ridge vilify you. I won't let that happen. So there's an idea that Brooke will become fed up with Ridge and might just jump ship and side with Hope and Carter. There's also the idea that Carter, if he gains control, could make Brooke the CEO or a co-CEO. And Carter even brought that up to Ridge, right? That Brooke should have been made CEO or a co-CEO. So we'll see if things go in that direction. One way or another, though, some big shakeups definitely seem to be on the way. So stay tuned. We'll keep the updates coming on this exciting story, and we'll see more of Hope and Steffy's confrontation tomorrow. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Watch The Bold and the Beautiful, CBS Daytime and Paramount Plus, and I'll see you in the next video.